Hi guys, Matt here from Six Sages Gaming, and today I want to talk to you about the decks you should be playing for Boston, or at least are in your gauntlet so you can be prepared. And before I go any further, I do want to mention that all these decks can be found on Mognet underneath the decks channel, so make sure you check those out as well. So up first, I want to talk about the Water Earth list that recently won a Meta Potion event piloted by none other than David Cox. This deck is all about your defensive strategies that has valuable forwards such as Ash that Mono Lightning really has a difficult time dealing with, and of course has Vincent with his death penalty effect. Other cards that gain from this newest set is Legendary Cecil, which has been such a great boost to those Earth defensive strategies that want to take several points of damage maybe in the early game. Then of course we have other popular backups such as Shantoto, and we have our new Carbuncle spell. Now, he is going to be writing an article for Mognet that should be up probably the same time this video goes live, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Instead, tell you guys to look forward to that article coming very soon. Another deck that's been very popular lately is Mono Ice. This one was featured from a recent top 8 as well, and really it's all about the freezing and getting the most value from your backups. Now, Final Fantasy VI package added a lot to this in Opus 4 and was quite popular. Now we have to deal with the, dare I say, oppressive at times Orphan, which can give you a really strong advantage being able to dull and freeze two of your opponent's forwards and then freeze something every single turn. It has some really tech choices in here as well, but I think Mono Ice, be it either the very focus, frozen, and dulling things strategy or a discard strategy, can both be very strong this weekend. But ultimately, I think Orphan is something that we need to take into consideration and be very wary of. Up next, we have Mono Lightning, and this one should really be no surprise. Ever since Opus 2, Alicid has really made this a popular deck. If you just want to play an efficient mono element deck that's just about putting guys on the field, getting value, and hopefully destroying your opponent's forwards as well, this is something that you want to play. Of course, Red Mage backup has been one of, if not the best backup, as it continues to prove itself in the Opus 5 meta, or at least early Opus 5 meta, and giving your guys haste is always going to be very strong. I love that they did play 3 of the 7-cost Odin just because of all the problematic 5+ drops that we're seeing. Odin really is pulling in some favors here. And then finally seeing some monsters come to light, that we have both Twilight Odin and Bunker Beast, which was another one of my picks. I'd love to see how far that card can go, but I think it's fine as a 1 or a 2 of in most deck lists. Again, I think this is kind of the fan favorite, if you will, for early on in the format, and I would expect that even as we go towards Opus 6, Mono Lightning is going to come back again, and it's going to be a deck that you need to consider. Now, the last one I want to cover really briefly is Wind Water, and it is a deck that is very special to me and always holds a dear spot in my heart. For those that know, this is just a good value deck. Wind Water is all about playing cards that are going to maximize their value or be able to rip cards out of your hand for value, like Zidane. This is something that has been a solid choice in every single meta since Opus 1, and while this list feature doesn't have any new cards, I wouldn't be surprised if you add, say, Legendary Diablos from Opus 5 into this list as well. The core of Wind Water is very solid, and you can definitely build it in multiple different directions, be that standard units, chocobos, just the straight value plan that you see here, focusing on hero bards from set 1 to untap all your wind backups. There's a lot of different ways you can build this, but ultimately are always going to be good in a different setting. So there's many different variations on Water Wind that you can take to a successful top 8 finish, and this was actually the winner from the Berlin regional that we had seen recently. And then the last deck to note is kind of, where do we sit with Moogles? Now, I played a Ice Water Moogle deck on stream the last week. There was a Fire Ice Moogles list from Team Starwind. I know a couple people have been brewing Ice Wind. I fully expect that there's going to be some Moogle decks that do well this coming weekend. What variation of them, I'm not entirely sure. I'd love to see any Sarah deck, for that matter, make top 8 just because of how wonderful the Moogle packages are, and it was the reason why I got into content for Final Fantasy initially, because Good King Moogle Mog was a deck that topped 8 the last Japan event from the Chapter series. So that is really quick rundown of the decks I think you guys should watch for this week. And of course, check out Mognet. We have a most recent top 8 report from Japan. A lot of mono decks, kind of as you'd expect. But really, what do you guys think is going to be the play for this weekend? I know that everyone wants to hold their decks kind of close to their chest right now, and I can completely respect that. But maybe jot some notes down about what your prediction is for the top 8 meta this weekend. And let's have a fun game at the end of it and see who was right and who was wrong. Of course, I could be dead wrong on Sarah, but I really do hope she does well this weekend. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop us a like. That helps us out a ton. Comment down below what deck you would like to see us play on stream next week, because we are streaming again every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. And of course, subscribe for future Final Fantasy trading card game content. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the Six Sages Gaming crew, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. This video made possible thanks to our Patreon supporters. Thank you to our honorary sages.